Next up, we have Generic Shiz Official Visualizer by Zoftle, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-Friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever you need to use, like the shit, comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, join the Patreon, subscribe to the gaming channel, subscribe to the Reacts channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream members, getting early access to the content. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things that are not this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's do this, shall we? Generic Shiz. Let's go. Nice. All right, so we start with some synths over here. We have basically two ways, and tactical is bribe cue. We basically have two things going on. One, we have the lower end giving us the chords, and then the higher end giving us the melody containing what I believe could be our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of a musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And yes, Vault, yes it is. By the way, is Sally Face an FNF thing? I don't remember if it is. If it is, then yeah, you can do it. Anyway, and right now, the one thing we are doing is we are basically chopping the music itself and using silence as a way of make this rhythm a lot more interesting, right? Because otherwise we would be having a fairly straightforward individual game. Oh yeah, if it's a game by itself, then yeah. So the way that we are doing this is the way that this works, right? When you have an audio file, there are many ways that you can get this effect, but the simplest, I think, way is that you have an audio file. Like every time you have an audio recording, you're going to have the audio file, and then you're going to have the audio waves, and then you're going to have the audio waves of the whole thing. That is that, and that's how you get whatever audio sample you may have. The simplest way, in my opinion, to do this is you take this, then you grab a chunk and just delete it. And you take another chunk and delete it. And you use the silence in the rhythm that you want, and you basically emulate what is called a kill switch. Fast ooh, hell yeah, thank you, Soul Creek, appreciate it. So, a kill switch, this used to be kill switch engage, no, not the band. The kill switch is a gadget that was mainly first introduced for guitars, which guitar kill switch, which was basically a button. This button basically is a button that kills the sound. It's a switch that kills the sound. There are many ways that this button can appear. That you can have it as like a physical switch that you have position 1, sound is cut, position 2, sound goes back on. Or you can have the button, you press down the button, sound is off, release the button, sound comes back on. So it kills the sound. And yeah, one of the guitarists that, two of the guitarists that have famously used the kill switch, one of which is Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. If you listen to his guitar playing, he's not a very skilled guitar player in the sense that he won't shred the guitar, right? Like he's not gonna play Yngwie Malmsteen anytime soon. But he then took everything else about the guitar and just started messing with it. He took basically the avant-garde academic approach to music and applied it in a way that actually sounds fun. Like, Tom Morello is such an impactful guitarist that I'm okay with him being a communist. So, we have that one, and then we have Buckethead. Buckethead is just... he's probably the biggest legend that just uses that. He's just the biggest legend when it comes to this. It's his stuff just in general. Rage Against the Capitalists, I know, right? Anyway, so yeah, we have Buckethead here who uses the button version. I think Tom Morello uses the switch version of it, and Buckethead uses the button, and both of them are insanely good. Like, both of them make the guitar sound so cool, and right now we're doing something like that to this to give a little bit of extra rhythm. Let's see where this goes. Another chord coming in, another synth, and now we bring in the music proper. So now we can hear the motif in its full form. We bring in these very lovely, almost lo-fi drums. We have the synth in the background holding the chords. We have the bass doing its thing. And let's see where it goes. Bass synth. Developing that melody a little bit more. Nice, making an extra tail, and... Okay, so we bring in what sounds to be almost like a first drop, and we bring in this kind of like altered vocals to this. Like, it sounds like a vocal sample. I don't know if it is a vocal sample or not. It makes it sound like it, like you have vocal samples and you just turn up the pitch very high, and we're having those sing the motif. We are still having a variation of the melody, but now we are, I don't know if there are lyrics to this or not. I don't think there are, and we are basically, what I think is going on is that we're taking the idea of singing syllables and using that to mess around with the rhythm of the motif itself. We of course bring the full force of the drums and the big synth. Like, we're having this very nice stop and go rhythm. I forget what kind of subgenre this is, and it's like YouTube. It's like when you said generic Shiz, like, it's just the kind of stuff that you would hear on like the biggest YouTube channels. Doesn't mean it's generic, it just means that it works. So, like, don't forget, in music, when you have something that is either generic or cliche, it means that it works. Like, in music, there are very few things that you can say work for sure, and generic, cliche, these kinds of things work and are known to work. Now, the downside of something like that is that then spicing something like that up might be a challenge, and it seems like this might be the approach to it, that we're trying to take what would sound like a very ordinary, mundane kind of track, and we're spicing it up right now with the audio design. I really like the vocals at the top, and yeah, let's see where it goes. Stop and go, changing the chords, nice. Nice, the drums are really nice too. Alright, we bring in a rap part over here with another vocal sample, and we are using that as our build-up. So it turns out this was kind of like a false drop, just the beat in full, and now we're going on to our first build-up. So, when it comes to music, you're doing one of two things. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension, or you're resolving that tension. That point in between, we call the cadence. Now, with its resolution, when it comes to electronic music, building and dropping a beat has the same kind of dynamic. So right now, we kind of did the like a fake out with the initial one over here. We didn't have a full build up, but we did bring a strong beat on top. Let's see where this goes. There you go, speeding up things, and nice. Okay, so we bring in the synth that we were using for this rap part over here. We bring it all the way to the front. We're using that along with the drums to establish both rhythm and accentuation for the dropping of the beat. So accentuation in music is when you highlight specific parts or of the rhythm, right? So there's one of James on Let's Play. Welcome today. How you doing? So we're doing this, and then on top, we're adding that glitchy, almost whoop-whoopness, pure texture that you bring with dropping of the beat, right? Still, we have the shape that we're getting from this bass is very similar to the shape of the chords that we were using before, and a little bit of what we had with the motif. So it gives us a little bit of a reminder, kind of keeping the essence of everything there, even though it's not necessary. When you're making music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There is one universal exception, no matter the style or genre, which is solos, and then electronic music has an additional one, which is dropping the beat. You bring in a solo, you drop the beat, as long as it sounds cool enough and it fits enough, you can get away with almost anything. Meaning, the principle of familiarity and new material become more relaxed just means you're not going to be able to get away with everything. You will be able to get away with quite a bit, though. So yeah, with that in mind, we have the first drop. Let's see where it goes. And then in the back, it's a little bit subtle, but it is there. We're having another synth giving us some arpeggios of the chords we're playing. So an arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time. For example, here's C minor, here's arpeggiated. So yeah, we're doing like something like that, right? Like we're changing within the between the chords. Something like that. Anyway, so we're having that, and yes, Nixon, yes. Let's see where it goes. Slowly introducing more wood-woodiness to the bass. Nice. Some of those samples there. Nice. So yeah, this time now we are full on almost dubstep, just bringing as many sounds as we can to bring that whoop whoop sound that we're so used to with dubstep without it fully crossing the line. It's a good mix. It's a good mix. Good middle ground with the accentuation from the drum and bass. Ascending one, using a bit of silence there. Nice. Nice. Is this whoop step? I don't care. It sounds fun. Cosmo, welcome today. How you doing? Yep, like, when it comes to electronic music, I am a freaking tourist. I don't care about your subgenres. I care that it sounds good. So can I ask a little bit talk about it yet? Yeah, sure. What do you want to know about motivic development? Because right now, the motivic development has been relatively minimal. Because we're basically just reusing the similar bass that we were doing before. And we're having, I mean, we're about to go back, I think, to the main material. I'll go ahead and back a couple of seconds. We have the synth there. Oh, we're continuing the drop. Okay, so we kind of tease the motif there in one of the middle synths. We bring back the like vocal sample that we had, like the vocal sample-esque synth that we were having, and we continue the drop. You have no say in the matter? Yes, there you go. You were just making a joke? Well, there you go. I genuinely don't really care about what genres there are in just taking that modern motif and slowly turning into a different, probably similar motif to lead the piece. In an essence, yes. In a nutshell, yes. You are trying to take that seed and let it grow into whatever it is. You just get a say on where it is. Like kind of like, you know how if you plant a tree, you can guide it to, or like a vine or something like that. You can guide it so that it can go wherever it wants, but it still needs to stem back from the same root. Valid, welcome to the Hedwin. So yeah, for example, when it comes to motivic development, nobody has ever done a better job with motivic development than Ludwig van Beethoven with the Fifth Symphony, where you have the main motif, and that's it. That's the motif. And what does he do? What he does, then we sequence it, repeating the same shape from a different starting point. Then we start sacrificing a little bit of the motif. We start messing around with either the rhythm or the melody. Same rhythm, different shape of the melody. Pure sequence. Same rhythm, different shape of the melody. Repeat this one from before. We repeat this one that we did back here. Higher. Then same rhythm, different shape. So we're slowly taking the variations we're doing and we're building variations on top of those variations. Now, one of the things that is difficult to do is that as you branch out with your... what does the shape of a melody mean? The intervals? More or less, yes. Because if you visualize the melody of the Fifth Symphony, it's this. This over here. And you can visualize the shape of that melody and use that as basically in order to shape it around. So yeah, the intervals, it can be the hard intervals, it can be the soft interval, like the absolute values or relative values to the scale that you're using or compared to the chromatic scale. What matters most is that you either sequence or only sacrifice the melody or the rhythm to come up with the next part. And most importantly, as I said, it's kind of like building a tree. You are slowly bringing something, and if you want to branch out, well, you can always branch out. You can always go back and do a different thing, but then from there, you can either branch out from there and do something else, or it's better for you to go back to something you've already done and then branch out from there. What is not too advisable is for you to branch out from a place you've developed a little too far from and branch out from there. So yeah, there's just a lot of ways of developing. Now, back to this piece. We tease the motif again. We tease the melody again. We jump back into dubstep, into the drop. This is a risk. When it comes to music again, familiarity, new material. Even if you have the exceptions that solos or dropping the beat has, whenever you end up doing a little too many of these, you start running into the risk. It's not a guarantee. You just run into the risk of running into the concept of diminishing returns. Diminishing returns is basically every iteration that you repeat of something, that every subsequent iteration will become less effective. So we're having a little bit of that. We heard a little bit of that start of that new drop over here, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But before that, you know what else we gotta see? The Patreon. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. If you want to support this channel more than you already are, consider joining the Patreon today. Even if you're not pledging any funds, do join the free tier at least, because this is where the non-gaming LFAs are going. What are those? Anime, film, TV, label, music, the kind of stuff that we usually don't do on the main channel on YouTube. Why? What we do on YouTube is inherently fair use. That does not stop bad actors such as record labels, film studios, individual independent rats, scammers out there from abusing the copyright system on YouTube. So, in order to just not deal with that for these LFAs, we're putting them here exclusively on Patreon, free for everyone to watch, with paid members, citizen tier, and above getting early access to the content. So, if you want to support this channel more than you already are, consider joining the Patreon today. Consider becoming a paid member today. You will get access to the content either way. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Linked in the description down below. Thank you to those who are already members, especially those who are paid members, particularly Real Nemesis, French Guy, Amaya, and Quebelco. Your support means the world to me. For everybody else, become a member today. Consider becoming a paid member today. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Linked in the description down below. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Become a member today. All right, back we go. Let's see. Are we running into another drop right after the first drop? Let's see. The answer was yes. At least one more repetition. There's the melody. And there you go. Just as we're starting to risk leaning into the too much familiarity territory, off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there is no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I like to call any type of transition that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. Kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do this? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. As we are hearing over here, we're having the main synth, the melody coming back. And yeah, let's see where it goes. Piano arrangement of it with the other synth. Ooh. God damn it, no. There's the... Okay, so we kind of bring back the lo-fi drums. We had like these very, very in-your-face synths holding down the chords, almost obfuscating the melody that we are doing. We're kind of splitting the melody between the original synth and the high-pitched vocal synth. And we are almost obfuscating what would be the main parts. We are taking the texture of everything we have and kind of putting it up on your face. The bass is very, very present right now. On top of that, it is... Is it a risk? I don't think it's a risk. I think it works. Let's see where it goes. And we bring back what I think is the false drop. So in concept, it seems we're going to be repeating this whole thing again, where we are bringing this over here, the beat that sounds relative to the original material, sounds like a dropping of the beat. So in this case, I would say a deceptive drop. So again, when you're making music, tension, resolution, cadence. But there is such a thing as a deceptive cadence, deceptive resolution, which is basically you going somewhere else. So in electronic music right now, we're kind of doing this where we are prolonging the piece, and instead of giving us a full-on beat, we are not fully using the structure that we would have. We don't have the same kind of build-up. We instead go somewhere else, and that builds extra tension that then has this, right? So usually this is something you do with chords. Like, you know, we have C major, right? And you're trying to go this over here, but then you can also do this over here. That is the deceptive resolution that you can then start using for the for these elongated, extended chord progression. That then brings you all the way back home. So it seems like we did that at the very start. We're doing that again. Let's see where this goes. I really like the drum beat. And another thing is that we also have like the whoop-whoopness to this with the bass whenever it goes down. So there are elements here that would make you think this is a drop, but it doesn't fully quite meet it. So... nice. Like the changes in the rhythm and everything. And there we go, back to the build-up. To the actual build-up. There we go. Man, the bass going insane over here. And off the ramp. And there we go, the actual drop. So this time we're doing a way more aggressive drop. We're having the changes happening a lot faster. We are alternating things back and forth a little bit faster than we did before. Because it's the second drop. Works. There it goes. What is from? GD. Nice. Oh, the bass. And right now, another thing I just noticed is that we are using a lot more of the original material rather than the rap material we used last time, because we didn't have it this time building up. So the bass having that shape that we had before is just not there. Right now, we're in a full-on drop. It's full-on drop. Zoftle said it's on Newgrounds, so, and it's linked there, so... And double time, speeding up the drums. Nice. And now we are bringing back the bass over here. Oh, is Vault on kick? What are you asking me for? You like watermelons? Yeah, I prefer apples though. Nice. That's a guitar. That's either a guitar or a keytar. And yeah, we are. Oh yeah, okay. So Vault went to kick from YouTube because you can paste the link there. Well, there you go. That's a practical thing. So yeah, we bring in a guitar and we sidechain the guitar. Sidechaining is when you have one instrument interrupt another. So right now you can hear that the guitar is being interrupted by the drums. Basically, the volume turned down and then back up. That is sidechaining. And yeah, new routine. Nice. That is good stuff, man. Yeah. It's either a guitar or a synth with that, yeah. It sounds like a guitar. And basically, we introduce a guitar solo to this part. And, yeah. It'll be on LFA streams. Well, there you go. There you go. You just, on the non-gaming LFAs, there you go. Yeah, we like the non-gaming LFAs are on Twitch and Kick only, so there you go. Very forward-thinking. All right, let's see where it goes. Alright, continue this. Back to the drop. With more melody this time around, using some of the motif. Nice. So now we're doing kind of an elongation of the motif, where we are doing almost a call and response. Almost. Not so much a call and response, we're just interrupting the melody and doing an elongation. I just had to process that in my head, right? So elongation is another way to develop your material in which you take a melody, usually a melodic idea, and you make a slower version out of it. So yeah, we're having that. Those classic 2016 YouTube intros, I think so, but it has its charm to it. I like it. So yeah, we're having the melody right now, and you can hear how the melody is interrupted as it stops, and then it continues going. So that gives us more time for the motif to develop. It allows for everything else to take the stage. So the visualizer is insane too. Nice. Bringing back the piano with the elongation. We have now the synths taken over with the piano. Back with some of the audio samples from the start. There we go. We resolve to one last chord. We let the sound dissipate. We also pitch it down as if it's breaking down. And with that, there you have it. Generic Shiz by Zoftle. Featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. At least it's available in them Newgrounds kind of thing. There you go. That was fun, dude. That was a fun one. I like how dancing on the limit of how much is too much. Because the drops went for a while, and just as they're about to reach the limit of this might be too much, you manage to switch it around. The Deceptive drops there as well. Risky stuff, but you pull it off. So there you go. That's epic appreciated. And then with that, there you have it. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever you use, like the video, share, comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether the stream is going live, the videos going up, the channels, updates, projects, giveaways, everything gets announced there first. We have a community there. We hang out, we chat, we steal memes from other people's servers, claim as our own, where I host the Vintage Story community server, that kind of stuff. Also, share these videos with everybody that you know. Use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so linked in the description. Help the channel grow. Members get early access to the content. It's scheduled. The videos will week on Saturdays. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting you in 3.5 seconds, I'm linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions of what to do. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked in the description. So, if you live in Crucero, which is like cruise, landlocked in Chile, and you're like, yeah, but what time is whatever time it is in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, both linked in the description, and it's going to show the streaming schedule up to date in your local time zone, accounting for daylight savings if necessary. And subscribe to the gaming channel. Follow the gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. It's wrap up the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We play games on the later part of the stream, and then the VODs for every game we play live eventually end up over here. So subscribe to the channel, linked in the description, or search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd, so the J for a G, and you got it. And subscribe to the Reacts channel. LFA is our React format. This is where we are putting the Reacts for everything else. James Reacts Basterd. Subscribe to the channel, linked in the description, or search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd, so extend the R to Reacts, and you got it. And, yeah. There you have it. Generic Shiz Zoftle Geometry Dash. That was fun, dude. I really enjoyed it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I had to hold back a burden. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.